Hello, this is Diego Bustamante, and if you're watching this, you're probably an IPAF instructor or evaluator. And I'm gonna be showing you one of the systems that we use for almost all training related stuff with IPAF, which is booking courses, seeing documentation, adding applications, releasing courses for EPAL, and all of that good stuff. So this is just gonna be an overview of the new systems. So this is the actual page, which is, you'll see the link pop on the screen to access the IPAF portal, which is going to be the name that's given to this system. And to log in, you're going to have to use your IPAF ID account, which is the one you have your instructor or evaluator license on that. So once you log into the system, I'm going to log in here with my account. You will go into the dashboard. So the dashboard is going to be just a quick update of, all the trainings that you have done on the past months. You will also have some information of trainings that you need to release. And by release, I mean release from the distribution status for the EPAL. I'll talk about that later. And you also gonna get messages here, so you'll get all the messages important that we have as IPAF training to you. If there's an update on the course, if the system's gonna be down, if there's something else that we need you to know, it's gonna be all showing here in the screen. You can also find that on here in the top right corner. You'll see an inbox here. So inbox is gonna be the messaging center. So all the messages are gonna be here as well. Usually, if we have your information on our systems, you got an email as well with this information. So, but we just want to make sure that the whole training center has this information as well. So, make sure you pop in here and there to see if there's anything that concerns you, message-wise. So I'm just gonna go back to the dashboard. So in previous systems, the arrangement of the information was really different, especially if you took your instructor training back in early 2023 or 2022. So it might be different. So here in the top, it's going to be all the tools that you're going to need for the training. So first, in applications and licenses, you will have add-in applications, view applications, licenses, and managing e-learning allocations. So before I go on, I just want to let you know that we are in the process of updating all the systems to a better state. And what that means is that there's going to be parts of the system that are still the old system, and probably by June or July we have been updated the rest of the system. We'll update the rest of the system. So when I click on some of this, it's gonna change to a different screen, which is gonna look quite different from this one, because it's gonna be the old system, which is still gonna be in use for some time now. So once we update the whole thing, I'm gonna make sure we have an updated training video of this. Okay, so first, adding an application is where you will go to once you've done the training and you have all the paperwork and everything, and you have all the students ready, so you can submit the application to IPAF, so we can get the certification, the MUP certification. So if I click on this one, as I said, it's gonna jump me into the old version of the page. It's probably gonna ask me to re-log in again at some point. So here is something that if you took instructor training, as I said, you will recognize this page, and this is where you will upload a photo and then follow the steps to get the actual certification. I'm not gonna go into much detail to this because I don't want it to be a 2-hour-long video. You will remember this from your instructor training. It's just me making sure you know where you can find all this stuff. Okay, so you'll upload the photo, and then it's going to jump you to the actual application form. You will empty everything that you have from the assessment booklet here. make sure you select the booking first. That's one of the biggest mistakes we have on trainings, is you don't select the book first. So just make sure you remember that, and after that you're done. If you made a mistake on any of the licenses, maybe the name was wrong or the picture was wrong, you will have to go in here as well and process that as a replacement. So you will click on this one, and then it's gonna walk you through a form that you need to fill in to process that as a replacement. Okay, make sure you add the operator number of the candidate, otherwise we won't know how to allocate that change. So I'm just going to go back here to the portal, and view applications is going to be also in the old version of the course, and this is where you will see all the trainings that have all the applications that we already processed as an IPAF. You can see some of them are approved, some of them are not. And here is the old way of seeing, some information of the trainees. I would think that it's something that you won't be doing as much, because now we have the licenses section of the training, and that's way better for seeing candidates and their status. So we'll talk about that next. So licenses. Here is going to take us to where you can see all the licenses, all the operators you've done, and this is also the distribution portal of IPAF. What I mean by that is that if you, for example, have a client, a customer that maybe doesn't pay in advance for some reason, and you want to hold that license to them, you have that option here in the system. Whether you have an automatic release of the license once we process as IPAF, the customer's gonna get it on their phones. That's one option, and the other option is that it's something you're gonna have control over it. Okay. So also here you will see all the students who did the training, when they took the training, date of birth. There's some information here from another training center, a dummy training center, and you will also see here a yellow icon here where I have the mouse. That's the distribute license or release license. So in case you have some maybe pending people, like here distribution status, some pending people, this means they haven't got the license on their phone. So you're gonna have to click on here and then release the license. Otherwise, if you want it to be automatic, just click on the top right, preferences, and then change the way the distribution happens. Here you can search candidates. You can also get the PDF of the actual certificate. If this is something maybe you want to also provide to the customer, now you have the ability to print this maybe in a nice paper and give this to the client, so they not only get the EPAL, they also get something physical, if you will. So here you got all this information as well. So for example, if I click on this guy, it's gonna download the certificate, and here you will have this information as well. So that is for the license section of the portal. If I go down, you'll see manage e-learning allocations. When you're sending a lot of e-learnings, trainings, here you will get the status information of those e-learnings as well. So if you send here in this example, it's all Spanish e-learning. He says this MUB operator training. So if they send the training, you will see the status, pending, in progress, who's the client, when did you issue that, are they linked to the IPAF ID account? I mean, some good information that you could use. If maybe they tell you, hey, I didn't get the email for the training, you can go back here and just double check the email, so you can maybe update it if it's wrong. So you'll have more control within the system to make changes and to troubleshoot your customers as well. You can resend emails in case they don't get it. I mean, there's some information here. Just forget about the SMS one, because we don't use phone records for sending training in the US. So it's something just to keep in mind. So that was for applications and licenses. So if I go to courses, I'm just gonna pop into here and go back so you can see all the rest of the information. So if I go to courses, here you will have book a course, course list, allocate e-learning, and manage e-learning allocation. So manage e-learning, it's in both sections here, so you can see it twice. But book a course is really important for us to, book the course before the class, at least one day before the class. If you, for some reason, weren't able to do it, you're gonna need to book it retrospectively, which means you're gonna put the actual date, which is maybe in the past, and it's gonna ask you for a reason there. Why weren't you able to book the class? It could be as easy as saying, the customer notify us last minute. So that's, as long as it's not the norm. I mean, if it's one here and there, you won't have any issues with our manuals. But if it's a regular occurrence, you might get a letter from IPAF saying, hey, you should book in advance. So make sure you put systems in progress or planning to make this happen. So if I click on book a course, it's gonna again send me through the old system as well. Here you will select operator grade because this is a dummy training centers. I don't see it here, but you will see operator here as well. You will book the course as you usually do, selecting when the course, how many candidates, if there's any upgrades. The time of start of the class is really important. Who are the instructors, they're gonna appear here in this drop down menu, and also the categories are gonna appear there as well. And where is the course taking place? So you will need to have the address of where the practical course is happening, and then just click submit course details, and the course will be booked at that point, and you can go ahead and start planning the rest of the training. If you click on course list, it's going to show you all the booked courses. So here is not going to show me anything, but you will see here all the booked courses that you have. So if you're not sure if you booked a course because maybe you booked it way too in advance, like a week ago, and you're not sure, you can just come in here and see if the course is booked. You will get the date, you will get who's the instructor, where is the course going to happen, how many people, and it's a place that you're going to see here in course list. Allocate e-learning. So if you're doing, if you're allocating training, e-learning operator course or supervisor course, this is where you'll go for that. If you click on this one, it's gonna pop up. This is not gonna go into the old one because this is the updated version. And here you will get steps that you need to fill in to allocate the training. For example, course details, you will go here and first select the training. Which trainings do you want to issue? In this case, for example, operator training. Also, we have the user managers training, operator course, and then select the language. You will probably get English as well, English or Spanish. Then due date, expire date, these are optional. You can leave this blank and they will have the course forever. Bulk, if you have maybe a list of 50 guys that you wanted to issue e-learning, you don't want to go through all of them at once, you can do a bulk import. So if you click on this one, it's gonna move you to a wizard that's gonna you even gotta have a template that you can download, an Excel template that you can fill in, and then just move here, and it's gonna be a quick process. So for the operator course specifically, the MUP operator course, you only need name, last name, and email. Okay, you don't need your date of birth or PO order number, because it's a course that you also gonna need to have the practical. It's not just a standalone thing. So you click name, last name, email, and then add candidate, and then it's gonna show up here. So I'm just gonna do a quick training, a quick demo for you. So Diego is probably going to tell me that it already exists. IPAF.org. So I don't suggest you putting the mobile phone, because this creates problems, because when they are creating their IPAF ID account, they might not put the plus because it's not international, so this might cause problems. So my suggestion is do not put the mobile phone. As you can see, it says please enter at least one of the following one. So it's just email or mobile phone. In our case, we only work with emails in the US, in North America. So just leave the email here. Date of birth, you don't need to put this for the operator course. For the supervisor course, however, that's a mandatory field. Also the PO number for the supervisor course. So if you're working with that course, you will need to add this. Keep in mind that because this is international site, the day is first and then the month, as opposed to what we're used to in the States, which is the month first. So just keep that in mind. You put the PO number, and you can leave this blank. If you have a physical license, this doesn't matter for the operator course, because you have to process that later as well. You select the language of the certificate and add the candidate, and as you see here, it's now populated with Diego, which is gonna get, you know, the operator course, the MUPS operator course here. And after that, you just have to click allocate training, here's yellow one, and then the student's gonna get that on their email. Just as a reminder, all the people who need to take the training, whether it's getting the EPAL app or taking the operator training, all of them will need an IPAF ID account. So my suggestion to you as instructors or evaluators is, once you're in the class with them or outside doing the practical, just make sure all of them download the EPAL app on their phones and create an account. You know, that's a good practice, because once you have that done, whenever you go and add the applications in the system, this is going to make the process quicker, because it's going to grab from that user information, as opposed to you having to, you know, put all the information manually. So it's just a good practice. If you don't do it, it's okay. It doesn't matter. You can the accounts will linked afterwards anyway. So as long as the email is correct, so just make sure the email is right, and you will have no problems there. So that's for allocating e-learning. As I said, operator course, we also have the MUPS managers course as well. Mr. Managers, you will get this asterisk here, which is mandatory. As I said, date of birth and PO number are mandatory on the MUPS supervisor course. Why? Because this is a 100% online course. So once you send it out, IPAF is going to charge the training center for the course, and also the customer can just finish it and get the certificate. So there's no other processing regarding this as well. So that's for the courses section. Also, documentation as an instructor is really important, so you can know where to find all the documentation here as well. All the forms that you need for the course, it's going to be here as well. You will find also the IPAF training manual here, the updated training manual. This says 2021, but we already updated for 2022 and 2023. And also the forms. Pretty much this is the most important section for the actual, when you are actually doing the training, because you will get all the forms that you need here. For example, the theory test is going to be here. You'll download the theory test, the PDF. You click on this one, it's going to download a PDF, which you can print. If you have, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 students, you will need a copy for every one of them. You will also get the answers as well. When you're grading the papers, you will get the answers here as well. All the operator training answers here. So just make sure you know where to find this information. The course record, which is one of your main documents when you're doing training, which is actually who's doing the theory, when the course took place, at what time do you actually start the training, because one thing is that the plan booked and the rest is, you know, when actually happened. Maybe the students arrive an hour later, so you want to have that information accurate here. Otherwise, when you get audited by IPAF, you're going to run into some inconsistencies. You know, the machine type, and then the students information here. So you want to have to print a lot of these pages so you have them ready whenever you have a course. Here is the theory, the test, so you're gonna grade them here as well, so you can put the results here. If they pass, if they don't pass, you will put this in here as well. So knowing where to find that information is really important. You also get the risk assessment rescue plan and a guidance on how to do it. You also get a guidance on doing the MUP practical questions. When you're out there, you want to ask them some questions which will be graded on the assessment booklet. I mean, what else? There's other courses information in here that we don't need to check, but yeah, just make sure you go here, and if there's some document form that you need, you will find it here. Just want to make sure that you know where to find this information. So that's basically it for the actual training center section. You will also have this admin, which will basically let you know who has permissions, account permissions to go in here to the portal and actually move this information around. But my suggestion is just go through us if you want to add somebody new to the system and all that stuff, because this might get a bit confusing. You won't have this tool section here. This is only for us as staff, that we have a little bit more information that we can see. so we can help you troubleshoot users as well. So this is the portal. This is just a quick refresher, I guess, of the system that you can just rewatch anytime you want as an instructor. And again, if you have any additional information or questions, just let Tony, Anna, or myself, Diego, know, and we can sort you out in no time. Okay. Have a good day and happy training.